Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Kiwi from Cambridge, and today we're going to be making a 3D paper snail. Okay, not much need. You need the cutout, or you can freehand it if you'd like. I printed it out, but I've also made it bigger because I didn't like how tiny it was. I grabbed a cup because I didn't like the size of the circle and I needed something to trace. So I grabbed a cup, the size that I liked for the shell. You need glue, scissors, construction paper, something to draw or sketch your outline with, unless you just, you get your cutout, you print it out, and this is the size you want to use. That's totally cool. Then you just need scissors, glue, markers, maybe some googly eyes if you have them, and definitely construction paper. Okay, so then let's get started. So I started one, but I don't want to give it away just yet because we'll finish it together. So I'm going to grab my tracing. Like I said, I'm going to trace it because didn't like how tiny this one was and I couldn't make it bigger. So I just made my own and I copied it on top. Okay, so I'm going to grab that and we're going to tilt you down so you can see what we're doing today. Okay, so I'm going to grab my construction paper. So I have leftovers. So I never throw my paper out unless they're little shreds, then I'll recycle them. But I always try to keep them because you never know what else you can make, right? Or if you can use it for something else. So I kept my extra, so this is what I'm going to use to trace. And I'm going to use my pen. I don't have a pencil, so we're going to use my pen. And to start it, I got to find it. So, there you are. Okay, so I found it, so I'm just gonna trace it. All the way around, down, and follow the body. Now, like I said, you don't have to make it bigger if you don't want. You can keep it the size of the printout, and the printout will be linked for you. Okay, so that's what that one looks like. I like that. And then I'm gonna take my extra piece and my cup. Right. Make sure it's not falling off the edge. And same thing, I'm just gonna trace it the way around. Okay, there's my circle. Put all that aside, I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna grab my scissors and we're gonna cut everything out. Okay, so like I said, if you're not gonna make it bigger, then just go ahead and you can cut out the printed one that you got. Okay, I'm gonna put my extra paper aside. There's my circle. I'm also going to move my cutout out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And then my body. Cut out my body. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. All right, so as we're cutting it out, because it is a little tricky, so if you do need help, please ask an adult or somebody older than you to help. As we're cutting this out, we need to think about what colors we want to use. So I like sunshine. Snails remind me of spring. When I see snails, I think of spring and summer. So I'm gonna use colors that remind me of summer. So there are our cutouts. That's what it looks like when we're done. We got 2 cutouts, okay? And at the end, that's what it will look like together. Okay, so this is where I cheated a little bit. Shh, don't tell anybody, okay? So this is what the body is going to look like, okay? It almost looks like little roses. but all it is construction paper in different lengths and sizes rolled up and glued onto our body, okay? And then here's my body. So I did start coloring it, but I'm gonna finish coloring it with you, friends. I also have my worksheet. This one has been my worksheet through a lot of different crafts. So I just keep it going up until I can't use it anymore because it's, you know, maybe full of glue or paint or whatever. So right now it's still good so I can keep using it. And I have my markers that I want to use. Okay, so let's see if we can, there we go. Okay, so picked out some of my favorite colors. I'm gonna keep coloring my body. So pick your colors with me. You can just do all one color if you'd like, or you can do multiple colors. It's completely and totally up to you. But I'm just gonna color the rest of my body. And I like patterns. So we're gonna do patterns, and I started off small and they're getting bigger. Okay. Okay, and lastly, I'm gonna do the head. Okay. You could even have a competition, maybe if, you know, a parent or an adult needs a break from working from home. Maybe you can have a competition, or maybe they can help you. It does take a little bit of time, this craft. Okay. Markers done, cutout done, body done. Okay, for right now, actually, I think I'm just gonna add eyes like this. Eye. And I want to add a smiley face. Because I'm happy, and I don't know about you, friends, because we're doing another craft together. So, cut out, done. We cut it out. We used our markers to make our body. Now we're going to need our scissors, glue, and construction paper, and the rest of our body to finish. So, I kind of did a little bit of a pattern. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do want to, pick some colors and then make it work. So as you, actually, yeah, this is perfect because you can see, as you can see, some of them are bigger and taller, right? And some of them are short and little. So like I said, you can make, and then I have an itsy bitsy tiny one right there. So you can do whatever shapes and sizes you'd like, and however big you'd like. So I'm just gonna keep going as I do this. Now the easiest way to do this is to pick and cut out what colors you want. So I already have some cut out here. I'm gonna have to cut out more as we go through, but that's okay. So I'm gonna use this blue one and this green one next, are gonna be my next two. But before I do that, I'm gonna get my glue out, and I'm just gonna cover the next spot that I'm going to do in glue, so then it's ready to go. Now, you don't wanna use a little bit of glue. You need to use a lot of glue for this, and it needs to be liquid glue. It cannot be a glue stick, or the construction paper won't stick. Okay, so I'm gonna do my next one, which is gonna be blue. And all you do is you wrap it in a circle like this. And now this is time consuming. Okay. Wrap, 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 wrap. And then you're gonna hold it for a second, count to 2, 1, 2, squeeze it a little bit, and you're just gonna let it fan open on its own. And then you're gonna stick it down, just like that. On to the next one. Like I said, if you have trouble, if you find this really hard, ask an adult for help, okay? Or if the little ones are really, really hard for you, then just make them all really big, and then it won't take as many, and you can do that too. You could also, if you wanted to, put 2 colors together, but that I found really hard and a lot more work, so I didn't want to do that. Okay, now I need an orange, and I think I want about that big. So make your strips. You can cut them any way you want. You can cut them lengthwise, you can cut them widthwise. So I just cut it lengthwise. This way is widthwise if you were to cut from here down. And I don't want it to be this long, so I'm gonna actually cut it off. And remember, save that piece for later. And I'm gonna make, so the trick, if you want it really tight, you wanna make it nice and small. If you wanna make it big, you wanna do your folds bigger. So I want it just a tad bigger, so I'm gonna make my roll bigger so that it is bigger. Now remember, bigger also covers more space. So if you don't want to make it super small and tiny, which means a lot more work, just make them bigger, a bigger circle, right? And then as it opens, it's bigger. And then you can, oh, I need a little bit more glue. Oh, I didn't have enough there in my corner. And then you stick it on like that, okay? And then that's done. So I'm almost done. I have a little bit more to do and then the inside. So we're gonna do all of this together. Okay. And we're gonna do, I think I'm just gonna go straight into a yellow one. And same thing, I'm gonna do it just a little bit bigger. And then I can do my little tiny green and my little tiny blue. Because like I've said, I've been making a pattern. Okay, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Wrap, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let it fold out. Stick it where you want it. I want it there. And then I'm going to stick, I think if I have, it's kind of a big blue, but that's okay. I'm just gonna make it smaller. Cut. And then roll. Like I said, I wanted a tiny one, so I want to make my roll tiny. Okay. And then let it open. Stick that on like that. Okay, so I've kind of been contemplating on what I want to do in the middle. And obviously you can do so many things, but I'm thinking I want to do two big ones, one yellow and one orange, and stick, I think probably a green one in the middle. So that's what my plan is. I also need a little tiny, if you can see, I need a little tiny green one right in there. So I'm gonna just put my glue all in here. All over. Like I said, you need to use a lot of glue. So I'm squeezing, and then, see, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can. Okay, and I'm just kind of squeezing and then smooshing it around so that it's all over the place, okay? So now, like I said, I need a little tiny green one in between the blues. So I'm just gonna, like, I just cut a really tiny piece so it's not too many rolls. Squish, squish, all right. Let it open, stick it in. Okay, so then I didn't want two blues beside each other. Okay, now we're gonna do the middle. So like I said, I only want to do yellow and orange. So I'm gonna try to make them the same size. So I'm gonna cut on this side. So if you hold them together, you can cut them together. It is trickier. So maybe ask somebody for help, but I'm gonna do thicker, bigger ones. Okay. And then we're just going to roll it, and I want it to be big. So like I said, I'm gonna do bigger rolls all the way through, and I don't know if I'm gonna need all of it. So I'm actually gonna stop and I'm gonna cut some of it off because I don't think I'm gonna need that much. And I wanted it to be tall because it's the inside. So we're gonna stick that one right there, just like that. I think I may have stuck the wrong side on the ground. So you'll find if you cut kind of in an angle like this, so if the sides when you roll it aren't flat, you may have to cut it because it won't stick properly. Or you have to kind of hold it down so it does stick. And just make sure when you're done that you're not flopping it around because they will fall off. So you have to let the glue dry and settle with everything before you just start playing with it. Or maybe you want to hang it up on the fridge or in the window because that way you can show your artwork to everybody, which I think is an awesome idea. Same thing, I'm gonna cut that one. Okay, now I'm gonna stick this one right in here. And I just need 2 more. So we're gonna do green on one side. Actually, I think I might have to do green on both sides, so I might have to cut this one in half, which I will. I'm gonna cut it in half like that. We're gonna do, okay. We're gonna stick the green one just in this itty bitty hole. Okay, take this one. I actually am gonna have to somehow put more glue on it, but that's okay. So roll, 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 roll. Okay, squish, let it open. I'm gonna try this. I don't have enough glue where I need to put this, so do that. We're gonna sneak this one in here, and now we're done. So as you can see, it's all different heights, all different sizes. Okay, now, I almost lost her. Okay, I need to come up with a name for my snail. Maybe Sally Snail. I like Sally Snail. Sally the Snail. Now, from here, I'm going to glue the shell on to my Sally the Snail. Okay, so I'm gonna stick glue right where I want it to go. Now, the other thing is because your snail shell is going to be so heavy that what you might want to do is you might want to actually stick it to a piece of construction paper so that it does hold flat, but if not, that's okay. You can do that too. And there we have it. Sally the Snail is done. 3D Sally the Snail is done, and she's super cute, and she wants to make friends. So show us your snail friends, and let's all see what their names are, and we can make a clan of snails. Remember, share with us on social media, tag us in it, post away. I can't wait to see all of our new snail friends. Bye, friends.